Good day everybody, my name is Christopher Kalawale. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do something on JavaScript. And we're going to be doing something called the FizzBuzz algorithm. If you've heard of it before, it's something that can help you with your conditionals. Yes, your conditionals are like your for loops, your while loops, your ifs, your else ifs, your elses, and so much more inside there. So in this video, we're going to be concentrating more on the for loop, the if and the else if and the else. So without further ado, let's move to the project. So here we go, here's our project. So here's the starter like always. Doc type HTML, then HTML lang equals to English, then head, then meta char set equals to UTF-8. And char set also means character set. So that means it will be encoded by the character set. Yes, so the code will be encoded by that. If it's UTF-16, it will give you its also error once you run it. So the title today is FizzBuzz algorithm. Let me just put a little space between that. And there we go. Here we go. So head and the head. Then the body is just from the script. And that source is from app.js, also known as app.javascript. That's a JavaScript file which I have here. So this is the body of the project. And then this would be the closure for HTML. As HTML language equals to English. And this is the script. And it's called scripts because of JavaScript. You understand? So let's move to the pastry on the cake. Now, there are many analogies to call the project anyways. The JavaScript file is simply like this is like the base of the cake. And app.js is just the foundation for the cake. It's just what forms the cake. So we're going to check on that now. Like the final touches. And the main.html is like the final touches to it. But the app.js is the main thing. So here it is, the code. So I'm going to start from 1. For let I equals to 1. So this might come up in the quiz once it comes up. Let I equals to 1. And let I is less than equal to 900, which I++, which stands for incrementing in JavaScript. So we move on. So we move on. If I modulus 3 equals to 0 and I modulus 5 equals to 0. And modulus is another word for remainder. So let's say 5 is modulus of 3. That's 2 remaining. That's like 1 remaining, yes. Like to calculate your remainders of anything. It's like 5 divided by 3 is, we all know it's 1 remainder 2. And we all know that 6 divided by 9 is definitely 0 remainder 6. So I modulus 5 equals to 0. If 3 is 0 and 5 is also 0, yes, that means it's a FizzBuzz. Consider log FizzBuzz. And I equals to 1 is 1, and let it be 900. Let it be less than or equal to 900. So that means all of them will be from 1 to 900. That's what it simply means. And it will take a long time. That's why I didn't use alert in this one. Because if I use alert, it will take a very long time for it to display. That's why I use consider log instead. So else if I modulus 3 equals to 0, and note, this double and stands for the AND operator in computer science. In the world of computers, you might see the AND operator. And at the end of the day, you might recognize this is also another word for AND these. And this is something complicated that we might see in C++ sooner. Else if I modulus 3 equals to 0, then it will show a fizz. and that's which covers else if I minus 5 equals to 0, which means if you have any number multiple of 5, and if you even have yes, that means if you have any multiple of 3, that's a fizz. And if we have a multiple of 5, that's a buzz, like now. And if we have something, if you have the multiple of 3 and 5, it'll be a FizzBuzz. So else, you just print out the number, easy. So that's how it's done. And that's to let you pull out your understanding of it. And the let is simply a temporary one, and the constant is just a permanent one. You can never ever assign it to anything else, but let assigns it to anything else. But constant, it will definitely be permanent. So if you assign it for anything else, you are wrong. You're definitely going to get an error in JavaScript. So we're going to run this after the quiz. After the quiz, we're going to run this. And some questions might come on the running of this project. So I guess for now, you have to use your own initiatives to find out what to run. And now I've come to the quiz. So any question that's not related to the running, thank goodness it's your savior. Because I'm not going to run it. I'm not going to run it yet until we've completed this quiz and the motivational quote of the day will come. So let's run this and let's give it a go. Go. There we go. The answer is the for loop, my friends. Next one. I've explained this. And there are many other ways to explain things. That's why I've just put it. An if statement for any number that can be divided by 3 and 5. Or you can say a multiple of 15, or multiplied by both 3 and 5 at the same time. Or you can say divided by 15. Simple. There are many ways to explain things. That's why I'm explaining this in a way that you want it, that in a way that you will totally understand. Because that's how I equals to 1. That's a hinter. What will it be? The answer is a number, obviously. Next question. The answer is the increment of I. And that was just the sound effect of your time up. See, nothing is impossible. All you need to do is understand the fundamentals of everything. Then you're there. I'm going to explain more on that. That's my most okay. But anyways, my motivational quote of the day will be explained later in the video. Some of these are trick questions. That's why I keep setting them like that. Final question. This will determine if you've been listening or not. And this will determine your memory too. Got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JavaScript is generally for websites. We did it, people. Now we're going to share our motivational quotes for the day. And then after, we're going to run our program and check it on the website's console. And then after that, we are free. That ended the video. I will see you in the next one. My motivational quote for the day is that nothing is impossible, only if you try your best. Because everything has to give it a shot. You always have to give some things a shot. Nothing is impossible except you try it. And then once you try and find out the root of the problem, and then maybe you can see that things are possible. And that's not all. You can also use God's help anytime you feel like you can't do it all on your own. You can also use God's help anytime. And that's how things are done. So whenever you feel like you have a problem and you feel like it's impossible, say nothing is impossible if you try it. And if we find out the root of it, maybe we can solve it by ourselves. But if you can't do it by yourself, then you can ask God to help us. Then we're going to run the program and let's see how it will work. Now, here is the answer. And this is app.js9, which refers to the project. Line 9 of the code states that if it's no number divided by 3 or 5 or 15, that means it's going to be like that. App.js5, if it's divided by 3, that means it is a fizz. But if it's divided by 3, it is. But if it's divided by 5, it is a buzz, which is app.js7. But if it's divided by 15, then we can call it a FizzBuzz, which is 3. 3, 5, 7, 9 states it all because 2, 4, 6, 8 were used for the declaration of the if and else statements, and for 1 was used for the for loop. And you might get this error commonly in websites. That's why I want to show you now, and that's why I ran this on the console, because this error might appear if you have slow internet. And this will go the same for 4 and 4. Everything is going to show like that until you reach 900. Sorry if I did that. We're going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to show you this. There we go. We move down. There we go. Here comes an error. So this error might appear up in websites. So that means it's not available for loading the image. And this was from here, JS139. So that means this is from the HTML file. That means it's not able to show the image of itself. So if you come across errors like this, don't faint. Don't faint. Don't even panic at all. That's why I even said nothing's impossible except you can find out the root of the problem. That's why I especially mentioned this because of the video. Yep. So if you come across this issue, here are the errors. Well, letting us know the errors so that we don't panic when we see them. That's what I'm showing you now. And those are all the errors you need to see. And this is the code that successfully ran. Let me show you one more time before I leave. Let me show you a little bit slowly. Slowly. Sorry if I did that. That keeps happening. Aha. Here's another way we can check it now. Here it is. Here's another way we can check it. Let's start again. This is my mistake. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. We succeeded. And 900 is divided by 15, so it's FizzBuzz. So 900 divided by 15 is 60, so FizzBuzz. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and you'll see me in the next video, where it's 2 Python videos, so the next 2 videos, and then 2 JavaScript videos after that. So you'll see me soon. Bye! And thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, visit it down in the comments section. And subscribe to my channel if you love some things like this.